Okay, so you were 17 when you moved out your mother's house?
Yes.
What led to that? Like, why did that happen?
It wasn't until later on that I found out we actually got evicted out of the apartment that we were staying in Fremont. But at the time, it was just, we have to move, so I'm moving to Vallejo. My mom said she's going to Vallejo with her then boyfriend, and I was just going to move to Oakland with my sister.
And, I'm sorry, what did
No, go ahead.
Did that, like, did you just take that on the chin? Like, okay, well, that's what it is, or did you...
No, I just took it on the chin. Like, I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't really dive into it because at the time I was just like, I was 17. I was a typical 17-year-old. I was really oblivious to that kind of stuff. So when she was just like, you're going to stay with your sister, I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm going to live with my sister.
Oh, so you were...
I wasn't tripping at all.
Oh, you weren't thinking, like, furthermore?
No, I wasn't thinking too deep into it. I was just like, okay, well, we have to move. All right, so then I'm still in school. And at the time I was in high school in Hayward. And so I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go stay with my sister, which is something I've always wanted to do since she moved out. Anyway, so that was cool for me.
So did your, like, aspect of how you looked at life kind of change, or did some of the things you were used to living with your mom kind of change?
Not really. Even with my mom, like, she kind of raised us to be really independent, so, like, I was kind of, like, cooking my meals. But she would cook, too, of course. But, like, I know how to cook my own stuff, like, to survive. I ain't no chef.
Right.
But, like, I was cooking to survive. And I did know how to do my laundry and clean up and, stuff like that. So, when I went to my sister's house, it was more like just not living with your mother and more like just living with yourself. So, it was more of a freedom of not having that parental eye over you. But that really changed for me. I was still 17. Like, turns up. I have no really responsibilities. I'm staying with my sister. I ain't with my mama. I'm chilling. I'm in high school, about to graduate. And that's just how I felt at the time.
Got you. So, this decision was kind of made pretty quick, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And do you wish that it was, like, longer? Like, longer than 17? Like, maybe you could stay with your mom a few more years or something like that? Like, have you ever thought about that?
I've kind of thought about that, but at the same time, it's hard to even picture myself living with my mom after that. Like, everything happens for a reason. So, it's just, like, it's kind of hard to picture me doing anything else then. But, so, yeah, it wasn't really hard or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay. So did you come, like, across any obstacles while on this journey,
Not
Like, from 17 to, how old are you now?
29.
29. Like, would you say there have been some obstacles through that time period?
Well, I mean, there was a really big phase of crossing over from kind of, like, teenhood. Of crossing over from, like, teenhood to, like, adulthood. It was, like, almost like straight up, okay, you're here, and then now you're here, now you're an adult, and you gotta pay for bills, and you have to work, and make sure you get the 40 hours a week, and knowing what W-2s and I-9s and stuff is. All the stuff they need to be teaching in high school, they really need to put in adulting 101 class in schools, so people can know what the heck they doing. But it wasn't really hard, it was just more of a, whoa, this is what I'm doing now, like, this is what I'm doing. Because after high school, I went straight to culinary school, so I didn't really go to college. And in culinary school, I was young. I was like 18 when I was there. And it was very, like, a lot of other girls were 18, 19, 20. And then from there, like, you're just hanging out with your friends and you're cooking food. And and then, like, you end up going to work that night. And
so from, like, 17 to 19, so have you say that your definition of maturity has altered what you feel mature is? Or have you feel like you've matured?
Oh, I've definitely matured, for sure. Like, like that said, between 17 and 19, it was still very post-high school, which is typical. Like, you're still in your teens, you're still trying to get used to life and, all of this. And at the time, I was baking, so I'm just like, it wasn't really college. It was just going to school every day to, like, bake awesome, delicious things. and you're just hanging out with your homies pretty much. So like, I really matured when I got like a real job after culinary school at 19.
Okay.
That's when it kind of changed for me, because it was like an eye opener of like, this is what it is. This is what my mom sacrificed to do. This is what everybody kind of like sacrificing to do. And it's mind blowing.
Right, it's like a reality check. Like, wow, this is my reality now.
Yeah, exactly. It's a huge reality check, because it's just like all the possibilities and fantasies of wanting to do this and wanting to do that, and it's just like, it's like almost like, you know how in high school they say like, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And then you put down, you'll be doing this, this, and this. But no, reality will have you doing something totally different. So I had a wholly different plan for stuff, but then the way my life just turned out, like, you know, I just went with the flow, and here I am today. Jesus. I'm good too. Happy.
That's good. I'm glad you're happy, because everybody deserves that.
True that. They definitely
Period.
do.
But, you and your mom, how has your relationship been compared to now?
At the time, it was okay, because we were close, but after I moved out and I kind of did see, my eyes were open and I did get the reality check, it was just kind of like, I felt like she chose a certain lifestyle over me and my sister. And it was just kind of like, I didn't really say it to her, but I really kept, like, my personality is I keep a lot of shit to myself. Like, I'll see it, and I'm just like, okay, and I'll keep it to myself. But it was just kind of like, I did keep her at a distance, but now, they're just like, okay. It was like another level of maturity of understanding where it was that she came from. And like, okay, I get it now, I understand you, and I know you understand me, and we have talked. We talk all the damn time. And like, now that's one of my besties. I cannot imagine my life without my mom. Good, even with the bad shit that happened. Like, I can't imagine my life without her.
That's good. But it took a process to get there.
It was a process. Like it was after those teen years, like maybe between 17 and about 7. No, it's probably, I think it was around that time, around like between 17 and 19, even probably through like 21, maybe. That I just kind of, you know, gradually was just like, okay, I get it. Like, I understand the sacrifices that you have to make as a mother and as a woman sometimes. And, like, I understand, like, this thing called life. It's different for everybody, and it's about understanding everybody's aspect and seeing their point of view of life. Like, you got to put yourself in their shoes sometimes.
Right.
And truly understand it. Yeah.
So, as you begin to, like, you know, learn the different aspects of life and learn how people sacrificed and what your mom has worked for, and then you then too experienced that as you stepped into your womanhood, did it become easier, or like what coping skills I should say that you have used to like learn the different aspects of life?
It did become easier, because for me it's just like, I'm an observer, straight up. Like, I'm an observer, and that's how I learn a lot of lessons. So it was really about like seeing what people did and doing it a certain way. Like, I understand how you did it and why you did it, but I would do it a certain way. But I totally understand and respect what you did. But it's like total lesson learned. Like, I pick up a lot of stuff, like whether it's through relationships or just through life experiences and just anything. Like, I'm observant like that. So like coping skills, like, I mean, I still, like, you know, everybody needs an outlet. Like,
exactly.
I talk to my friends, family. You know, I did partake. So, but other than that, like, you know, everybody has their way, I guess, to outlet. But for me, it was always like, I'll bake, or I'll even just, like, if I had a problem with somebody, I'll talk to them about it. Or if I don't talk to them about it, I'll talk to, like, I'll
so you're more
of a communicator,
like you like to.
I like to communicate, unless it's something that I like. I might keep it to myself, but for the most part, I will communicate with you. For sure.
And do you feel like when you moved out at 17, do you feel like it forced you out of your youth? Or no?
Not at all.
You don't?
Because I was still in high school. So it wasn't like I wasn't working at the time, so I didn't really have any responsibilities, like bills, rent, and stuff like that. My first job was at 20, I want to say. So I didn't have, like, you know, those kind of responsibilities at the time. So I was still, like, chilling, doing my work, and making sure that I crossed that stage. Making sure I, you know, got to do what I have to do to get my education.
That's a strong mindset, definitely. And what allowed you to remain, hopeful during the process? So could you know how?
The difference, I guess.
In what?
Like I said, taking life lessons from different people and seeing what they've done with their lives, knowing the difference of what works for them, what works for you. You definitely got to learn yourself and understand what works for you. Know the difference of what you want and what you need, and being hopeful for the future. You can do anything you want to do. Like at the moment, I'm in school for massage therapy. I never thought I would do that. So I never thought I would do that. So no, that's what I'm doing right now. You can do.
And how old are you now doing that?
I am 29, knocking on dirty 30. I'm getting old, y'all getting old.
You're still on the calendar.
That's true, for another year.
Or 2, because some months have 31 days. But, do you have anything else you'd like to add? Something else you'd like to say about 17, 20 now, being 29, I should say, and moving out your mom's house, and now being in school again and doing what you want to do? You seem happy.
One thing I've taken, and actually it's a lesson that I learned in like the 3rd grade, but it's something I appreciate and understand and respect more now as an adult. It's treat others as you want them to treat you. Straight up, period. Regardless of what position they're in, regardless if you have it or if you don't, try it. Because you might be in that same situation, and you're going to want help too. So treat somebody the way you want to treat them. If people treat you like say people treat you like dirt, don't ever change your character. Continue to treat people the way you want to be treated. And that's how you do it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Adios.
That is my cousin, Diamoneek Belton.